So I kiss the wife, tend to the garden, feed the cat, play my guitar, then lay me down for a chance to dream of flying. And it goes on.
That is Tom Wopat. Obviously, you know him from the Dukes of Hazzard and from the other many TV shows, including Sybil, Longmire, and the movie Django Unchained.
Django? The D is silent, yeah.
Just like the guitarist,
yeah.
Just like you. Singer, songwriter, guitarist, and you know what? It's so neat, having you on the show. And so many people, I'm sure, know you from the TV shows and all that.
Sure.
But for me, I knew more about your music. And just everything you've done over the years, and how I think what's amazing, Tom, is that you've been able to walk between so many different genres of music. Like even back in high school with the rock and roll.
I can't keep a job. That's the problem. See, I mean, we started, of course, with country because it was kind of the MOR music when Dukes was popular.
Yeah.
And it was, it was kind of a natural. I worked with Jerry Crutchfield here in town.
Oh, totally amazing.
Rick Hall.
Yeah.
And but then once I went back to Broadway in '99 with the Bernadette Peters. They asked me if I wanted to make like Sinatra records. So I said, well, yeah, sure.
Who doesn't?
So now we have like horns and strings and everything. Then this latest thing is more of a singer-songwriter thing.
Right. And this is your new album that's coming out in July, Wopat. And the photography on here is great. And also your selection of songs between originals, but also some of your favorite, songs covering from other people.
Some of the stuff, Matt Pearson produced this, and he's terrific. He's a jazz producer. But there's a Ray LaMontagne, do you know who he is?
Totally.
Okay, well
incredible. He's coming here to Nashville. I think
there's a song in there called Empty that I wouldn't have thought of doing in a million years, but it came out great. And then also the Hyatt tune, Have a Little Faith.
Love that song.
We kept listening to the Hyatt version, and I'm like, I can't sing like that.
But you don't sing like John Hyatt.
But it came out great.
Yeah.
It raised the bar for me. And
your buddy Bruce Hornsby.
Yeah. Well, I haven't played it for him yet. So
I don't know. You know what? It's so funny because I still listen to Bruce, and I know he tours with a lot of other people.
He just has a new record out now.
Oh, does he? I didn't know. Yeah, because I'm still listening to his old stuff, man.
Yeah.
Mandolin Rain and all that.
Well, he actually played with me at a gig in Oklahoma because my regular piano player couldn't come.
Yeah.
This is back in the 80s.
Yeah.
We played at like World's O Fun. And he was just my side man.
That's like a Spinal Tap moment, right?
It was hysterical.
Well, and you're still touring all the time, obviously doing a lot, from the TV shows and all that. I wanted to mention also that you had a movie that came out last year, and this is County Line. And
it's a lot like Walking Tall.
I'll tell you what, man, I always love you in your movie parts because you always play the character, so it's believable.
Well, this guy was great, and he was a fun character to play, and a hero, So
yeah.
I got to drive a fast car, got to shoot a gun, had fist fights, rode a bike, motorcycle.
It sounds like an average day for you, Tom.
I'm renting the bike right after this.
Exactly, so you can go out to Leaper's Fork or something, right?
That's right.
Well, I'll tell you what, and I wanted to mention as well, which, the music is great on here. Obviously, you've probably heard the tracks.
Oh, this thing,
But Home
Schneider.
for Christmas. But I think that really what is the greatest thing about this album is the amazing artwork.
It's my daughter. She went to Harvard. That's $200,000 worth of, I'm kidding. But
that has to feel good, though, Tom.
She's terrific. She's a terrific artist. And she
and
did a nice job. And Schneider did a nice job on here. And there's not only some great music and some really good singing, but there's also a certain amount of smart talk.
Smart talk, yes. Well, and this album just came out a few years ago, so it's still fresh, man.
Yeah.
So people looking for some good holiday music, to have you and John back
we
together.
listen to it year round.
Just when you're dressing the tree, right? So I want to talk a little bit about, you were one of 8 children.
Right.
And brought up in Lodi, Wisconsin.
That's a fact.
Dairy farming.
Yeah, I grew up, I was the 5th boy, so my dad basically retired when he was about 35. He just tells me, you guys get up there, go do it.
Now, but you still own this farm too, right?
Yeah.
The family farm?
Yeah, he passed in '83, so I bought out the rest of the siblings. And, it's nice to have. I don't know if any of my kids are going to want it, but my mother grew up there. It's been in the family for 100 years.
Right.
I just put, a good chunk of money into redoing the barn, new siding and a new roof. And everything. So I figure if my wife throws me out in New York City, I can always go live in the barn.
You got to have a place, right? There has to be a doghouse. I'm always looking for the same. It's like, okay, if I get too many guitars,
I tell John I got a place for him too.
There you go. Oh my gosh. Well, you stay so busy, you know, with all of your different shows and everything. And obviously our viewers can find everything on your website, which is tomwopat.com. But how did you get from Lodi, Wisconsin into TV, into music?
I had a really terrific high school. Well, actually, all through school. And the public schools in Wisconsin in the 50s and 60s were superb. And my dad was the president of the school board.
Wow.
Well, he had half the kids in school.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, I had a teacher that taught me everything I needed to know before I got to college. I knew all the college curriculum as far as I studied opera and art song and Mahler and Brahms. Yeah, it was great. It was terrific. It was amazing. We used to go to Chicago and see the opera.
Now, you also had a rock and roll band back then,
I
too,
did too, yes.
We got to bring that up. Now, what was the name of the rock band?
Horn band called Skyway.
Look at that.
I played second trombone and sang lead. But we had 2 trombones, 2 trumpets. It was a blast.
So that was almost like a predecessor to what you did back in 2013 then with the big band. And you said you're going to have them
I've
on the
always
road.
liked horn bands.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
And so I've made several records that are horn-centric, I guess you could say. And I really enjoy them. Actually, when I was doing 42nd Street, we'd do the bows. And I would run out downstairs and grab my trombone and go into the pit and play the last 2 pages of the exit music.
No way! I was going to ask you if you still had the trombone.
Oh, yeah, I got a beautiful trombone.
So you still got your embouchure then?
Oh, yeah. I play a 6.5 AL.
Wow, look at you.
Vincent Bach.
So they should list you as a multi-instrumentalist then.
Jack of all trades, I think. Master of none.
Oh, my gosh. But then, you know, we were also talking to where some of the shows you're doing on the road right now, Tom, that you're doing solo as well, with just you and an acoustic guitar.
Yeah, that's always been fun. I used to do it.
2 sold-out audiences, I might bring up.
Well, they're pretty small.
I don't know, man. It sounds to me like you're packing the house.
We've been having fun. And I do anything from solo to me and a piano player. We can do a large range of stuff there. And then we do a lot of stuff with a trio.
Yeah.
And I've worked a lot with orchestras. My musical director in New York City has done orchestrations for a lot of my stuff. And also, we have big band charts, too.
Wow.
I don't care whose band it is, we can sing with it.
So do you keep a trombone around so you
I got a trombone at the apartment in New York.
Wow. See, that's amazing, because my dad was a trombone player, and it's just like that sound, like when I listen to Chicago and all those horn-driven bands, it's still amazing to me.
There's a Frank Sinatra song, I can't remember which one it is, but it's got a trombone solo that just knocks you crazy.
Really?
Yeah, it's like way over the top.
Wow.
And this guy's just going nuts.
See, and I always remember my dad
Under
playing.
My Skin, I
think.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember my dad playing with the mute, too, like having the big aluminum mute.
I was like the march guy. I'm in the front row. Trombones are in the front row of the marching band. So we played, when I was a senior, our marching song was The Stripper. Do you know that song?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
That's so much fun.
Amazing. So you're going to be on the road. You got the new album coming out. You know
what?
We're
also doing a thing. There's a thing called the Good Old Boys Tour.
Yeah, that's right. I saw a press release on that.
It's me and Kathy and Ben and Son shows up. And what it is, it's kind of a combination car show, autograph signing, and then they have some country artists, and we do a concert. At the end of the day. Yeah, it's a big deal.
Wow.
We just did one in Bakersfield, and we have a couple more coming up in California, and we have one in August down in Luray, where the biggest Cooters store is.
Now that's a statement.
Yeah, it's the biggest Cooters store anywhere.
You know what? It's so much fun though, following you. Obviously, following you on Facebook and your social media, to seeing you reminiscing with some of those people that you worked with all those years ago.
Oh, we have so much fun. We did a thing here in town back on the anniversary, the 40th anniversary of the first episode showing.
Can you believe that?
And we all were together on stage and shooting the bull, and it was a lot of fun. Kathy will get into a story. I'm looking at her like, how much of this are you making up?
And also, how much can you tell before someone gets in trouble, right?
Kinda.
Yeah.
But we were blessed with a cast that really got on great together.
Yeah.
And the camaraderie has lasted all this time. It's like having another family. The gal who married Ben Jones, who runs the Cooters stores,
right?
She says it was like joining the circus. There's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah, and you're still out on the road like a circus troupe, you know?
You know, I enjoy what I do. I don't basically, you know, I've been fortunate in saving my money and stuff, and as long as I have no more children, I'm in good shape.
Right, and then you can also, you know, have a few more Taylor guitars around too, which I've seen you with a number of guitars over the years, and this one is still held together.
Yeah, it's got super glue here and all down the side. Tim Godwin, you can send me a new one.
But it still sounds great, as your voice does.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, which I think just keeps sounding better, man.
You know, I hang in.
Well, what an incredible new album. Be sure and check it out. Buy your own copy. You can catch him on tour where you're playing. You'll probably do signed copies even.
All the time.
Yeah, or go to the website, which is tomwopat.com. Name is not hard to remember. It is Wopat.
There you go.
You know, right there on the album.
You can use it.
Can I? Thank
sure,
you.
Yeah.
They probably spell it better than they do doll. Anyway, Tom Wopat, a great new album. Thanks for coming on the show.
Hey, my pleasure, man.
Yeah, we'll have to do it again, man.
Yes, please.
And I'll tell you what, you're going to love this album, and you can also find his other CDs and movies on the website as well. Follow him on social media.
Right.
The multi-talented and trombone player, Tom Wopat.
And Melanie's going with us.
Yes, she is. Thanks for watching The Rockin' Review.